We are headed out to Chesterfield. We're going to go see my personal trainer slash life coach, Jeff Vecchs. He'll be all fired up this morning. My memories of Jeff when I was a younger player, I was just kind of starting to train off ice, and I started going to the same gym that he did, and I just remember like maximum effort every day. Like he was kind of one of those older guys that was like, you know, really started to take care of himself off the ice. He was one of the handful of guys that would come back in the summers and skate, and you know, at the time I didn't probably appreciate it as much as I do now, but he's a really generous person with his time. Probably his biggest quality is he's just very gracious with his time, and you know, willing to go the extra mile to help people. He's got a like infectious personality. Like people want to be around him. Like you're basically signing yourself up for like an hour and a half of like hell. At the end, you're completely bagged, but you've enjoyed your time in there. You know, I have buddies that come in town to visit and come out for a session or two, and you know, they'll leave or text me later in the week and be like, "Wow, you're so lucky to have this guy," and we really are. You know, after the season that I had, and you know, playing at a high level in a really good league, I'm hoping to sign with the team to finish the season in the NHL. I think that I've always had that self-belief that you give yourself you know, the best opportunity to have success by preparing every day. We just showed up at the rink here. It's about 7:30 a.m., so we're gonna get a quick lift in and then hit the ice.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Let's get it.
Oh, it's perfect. Slam back, ribs down, quad on, pull that knee. Wow. 10 and 10. Rotate, look at that hand. Look at that. Push down, push down, push down. It's the Jordans. There we go. That's kill force. If I had those, I'd be complete. Right away, 12 band pull aparts. Nice and slow and controlled, okay? Corkscrew, hips under your ass. There we go, there we go. Elbows straight to the side, bend them a little bit more. There we go. How do you like the food at Camp Hope? Let me finish the question. Spine neutral. There you go. Abs and drop. In the nose, out of the mouth. Fill the belly with air as we relax. Don't breathe into the chest. Breathe into your diaphragm, into your stomach. Abs engaged. I'm just trying to get some strength work for you. Drive those hips forward. Good. 6 to 8 reps. Abs and drive. Good. Abs and drive to the legs. Good. Gotta be ready for whoever fucking signs you. Gotta be ready for whoever fucking signs you. Ready? And go. 6 seconds. Eyes up. Let's go. 3, 2, done. All right, boys. For you young bucks who don't know, this is Chris Wideman. Went to Miami, Ohio. Played in the NHL for a couple different teams. Played in the KHL this last season, and led all defensemen in scoring in the KHL. Not a big deal. Right now he's home skating right now, staying in shape, even though his season just ended, because we're hoping he gets an NHL deal here, and we'll go play somewhere. That's why you guys are here, to skate with him, keep him in shape. So I just wanted to ask, like I always do with the older guys, do any of you guys have any questions for him quickly about anything?
What's your biggest thing you focus on when you're battling adversity?
Jeff and I talked about that this year. I mean, I think that's something that, like, no matter like what level you're at or what like who it is, anyone from LeBron James to, you know, the guy that's coming off the bench, everybody's going to deal with some type of adversity or some type of confidence issue. And for me, I just try to get back to like my daily habits. Like when I was playing my best, like how much was I sleeping? What was I eating like? How much, was I taking my vitamins? Was I getting enough water every day? Like those are the things when you start to play a professional schedule where you're playing every other night or 3 games in 4 nights, like those are the things that you have to revert back to because that's your foundation. So that's something that Jeff and I talked about this year is, I go through the same thing. Like there's, you go through weeks where you don't feel like you have it or something else is on your mind. You got to take yourself back, remember what you were doing when you were playing your best and get back to those foundations because that's really all it is.
What's the most important skill you could have in today's game?
If you can skate, you don't have to be his size. You can be my size. If you can skate and you can play with your head up, like you're gonna have a chance. What type of player are you? Pick somebody in the NHL, pick a handful of guys in the NHL and watch hockey. Like that is, you have probably the greatest reference point that you could possibly have on TV every night. Pick your guys and watch what they do. And then the last thing I'll say before we rip is like, for me, the biggest thing for me was like believing in myself. You have to fucking believe in yourself because if you don't, no one else is gonna believe in you. You can't convince him to believe in you, you can't convince him to believe in you. Like you have to fucking, like at that point, it's your job. That's the difference between like feeding your family and like going to sit behind a desk. And I appreciate you coming out and helping me out, so.
Skate hard today because he's gotta be in shape.
Yeah, Vecchs is working too hard this morning. Their legs feel like the jello.
My younger guys have spring break right now, so I asked them to come out and I said, I know some of you are in season, some of you are just finishing your season, but the goal for today was to push Wides to skate a little harder. And I also knew that Wides would be out there teaching all the young bucks some stuff that you don't learn unless you play at those higher levels.
If you catch a pass like this without looking, you're gonna get fucking killed. I like the backhand pass. Don't guide a backhand pass. Fucking snap it like it's a forehand pass.
So it's kind of a 2-for-1 for me. Exciting getting Wides some good reps and a little bit higher tempo. How important do you think that is for these younger guys to be out there with a guy like you?
Yeah, I just, like you said, I was fortunate to at least have some guys to look up to, yourself and Stas and Yanni and Butts. All you guys were so gracious with your time and just your presence. Like I'm just, wow, that's where I want to get to. So I remember the feeling that I had as a young guy and being around you guys, and then for me trying to take it a step further and just make sure that I'm available as much as I can be when I'm around. Anything these guys want to ask we're kind of going over some stuff on the ice today, and it's just it's as much as you can share, you're going to help and just caring, because then they're going to pass it on. And the game's growing so much in St. Louis, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, and it's really cool to see.